Well, we just finished up about 4 acres of planting out here on this property. We still have 2 other properties to go to and about 5 more acres to plant. And I don't think we're going to get it in time for this front coming through. You can hear the wind picking up. We're starting to get some drops of rain. And I can't tell you how many times I've planted in the rain or just before the rain. 2 years ago, just pouring. This is also not only a great time to plant a food plot, and you can hear Gunnar Hansen, he's driving around the background, call the pack and everything right now, and then we'll head to the next property. But not only is this a great time to plant your food plots, great conditions right before rain, get optimum germination, you make sure your seeds aren't sitting here for 15 days and drying out and you waste half your planting. This is also an exceptional time to pay attention to not only the uptick in trail cam pictures of mature bucks, but if you can get out, scout some local fields. After this front comes through, it was 86 yesterday. Supposed to be a high of 73 today. Winds picking up, big storms coming through tonight into the morning. Tomorrow night, by the time it clears up, and it's a high of 74, and that barometric pressure has gone up, that temperature is going down. And when those two meet, outstanding time to not only scout summer whitetails and summer mature bucks and check out your trail cameras and see how they're doing, see what if there is a good uptick in the amount of bucks that you're getting. These are also the same exact conditions that you want to hunt once bow season opens. So it doesn't matter if it's October 10th or September 21st, whatever the date is, all the way through January and for the entire hunting season. When you see these conditions take place, I want extreme wind. If we get extreme rain, thunder, lightning, it pushes, it suppresses those deer, keeps them from missing their feedings. They feed 5 times in a 24-hour period. Their quality feedings are their afternoon feeding right before dark and then twice at night. If they're missing those feedings and they're stressed out and the temperature's dropping, then watch out. That's a time for them to be on their feet as soon as the conditions calm. Doesn't mean you have to have calm winds. It's a difference in wind. So if the winds are 35 mile an hour, drops down to 15, that drop is what helps put them on their feet. But most importantly, watch for that temperature change. We're getting a temperature change through this front of about 14 degrees, 12 degrees, right around there, and that's a significant temperature change. You start noticing some big differences even at 6 to 8 degrees, 10 degrees, but when you start talking 12 to 15 degree temperature drops, or certainly 20 or more, like in October, November, those bucks are going to be on their feet. They're missing feedings. There's a lot of reason for them to do that. And it doesn't mean that they're moving that much more in a daytime period. And that's what's deceiving. With the radio tracking collars and looking at deer studies, you can see, well, that buck didn't move that much more from his bedding area to his afternoon food source. The difference is he's moving during the daylight. So although the daylight movements and that into evening feeding time are the exact same distance, it's done during daylight instead of after dark, which makes it a perfect time for you to notice that difference on your trail cameras. Get used to this. Watch for these conditions. I have my rut formula online, video left from last year. I discussed this formula at length. You can figure it out on your own, look at it, and start to looking at reading this weather. This is a great front coming through. It's been about 2 weeks. I wanted to do this video 2-3 weeks ago, and it was just 85, 86, 83, 84, 87 every single day. There was nothing. Now we're getting these temperature changes coming through. We're getting these weather patterns come through. Great time to plant our food plots right before this takes place. But also, this is a great time to start practicing, noticing these changes for when those big mature bucks are actually on their feet during the hunting season. Same conditions, learn how to look at that and predict that, look at the forecast, read the forecast. And I can't tell you, I've been using that formula since the early 90s and it works. And it's really about getting deer on their feet during daylight. Practice it. I know that it'll be successful for you this hunting season. It's the #1 predictor of deer movement during the daylight. Try it. Can't wait to hear back from you about it. And I love it during the hunting season, hearing back about everybody and their success or hunting success and how they plan that around the weather. Try it. I know you'll like it.